Yeah, so I
Yeah.
was saying like this is what I consider when I think about like going to another country, like the cold. That's the first order because I don't like cold. So thinking of going to countries in the northern hemisphere is, I mean, and that's the only place where they have like better economies. So thinking about things like that, going to like UK, Russia, like so I think that's probably why I haven't really even considered going somewhere else because
Yeah.
I
And
think
actually,
about it.
you're right. I want to start considering maybe like Asian, more down south. I think Singapore. Yeah, I think yeah, Singapore. I think Singapore should be more warmer and
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah, you're right.
I hear they have crazy. The only country I can think of again that would even be interested going would probably be Japan. But even they have like crazy climate, different weathers and stuff like that. Let me see Singapore temperature. Yeah, it's 26 degrees Celsius. Let me see. Like what's the weather like in the US right now?
So right now is like so like 3 degrees Celsius, which I mean it's still warm. It's still warm. As of last week, it was getting to minus 16 degrees Celsius. Like
Crazy. Yeah, it's 28 degrees here, so it's not that far from Singapore. Singapore is 26. Here it's 28.
I mean that's
I
why a
mean
lot
it's
of Nigerians all the way to Texas.
yeah,
This Miami and some part of California, but like more down south, more like in the middle, like sharing border with Mexico. So just sharing any state sharing border with Mexico, you see most Nigerians are occupying the place because everybody wants to deal with the gold, which is right.
yeah. I can only imagine like Nigerians that go to Canada as well. Yeah,
So for
crazy
that, I've
experience.
actually decided I'll not try to even think about the type of cold that they're experiencing because Missouri is in the Midwest, is not up north. Now, I can't compare the code here with places like Bozeman, that's like in Montana and all those more northern states. Now, that is me comparing northern states of the United States with with Midwest. Now, comparing Midwest with states in Canada or provinces, or yeah, I think they call them provinces.
Yeah, yeah. I can like, but then yeah, when you look at Canada, you see how even their cities are like structured. They're much more closer to the US border. Like the other part is
Mm,
probably just wasteland, like Alaska.
yeah,
And like, I mean, that part
I
that
see.
is closer to Alaska, like very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alaska is one of the states with the least population,
yeah,
like actually,
definitely.
because
I think Russia actually sold it
yep,
to the US.
yep. I mean, uh, Alaska, Texas, California. I think those are the most recent purchases of the United States. It's very interesting when you read the history of United States, how they were able to go from the uh, the East Coast and how they were able to just get all those regions and then from French and the likes and to the point that they now go to the other side of the West Coast. I'm like, actually, they are very, very diplomatic, like diplomatic in
Yeah, they pretty much bought like the western the western part of the US, slowly California. I think it was in Mexico that sold them that piece of
yeah,
piece.
yeah, yeah. I mean, up to now, they would like some would still be like, no, it belongs to Mexico. It belongs to Mexico. Like, okay, and I mean, Texas joined by their own accord. I think, yeah. I mean, it's just a very fun and interesting history I've had the time to like read through it, and I'm like, okay, very interesting how it's just, and I like the way they are so futuristic in their thinking in terms of when they were forming the country. Like, and it's kind of just gave me this. I'm like, okay, actually, as someone said, US has funding fathers. Nigeria has independent, let's just say,
Activists.
that we don't have funding fathers. We just have people that
Yeah.
want to get independent, and there was no foundation for Nigeria to even stay on. Focusing his name. Why am I focusing on their names? He said Awolowo was the best president Nigeria never had.
Hard.
Maybe that would have been our founding father.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the issues that we kind of still have is just the ideology. It came from a place of struggle for trying to just take back your land from the colonizers and stuff like that. Just that exploration. There's this thing, the manifest destiny of the US,
Mm,
where you just feel all this land is ours, we're gonna explore, we're gonna get everything and stuff like that. Like that was not the case for most African countries. They just wanted to just take back control of
yeah,
their state. So there wasn't that. I don't think anyone was planning for 50 years. I mean, that's why most of them, once they get that independence, civil war, just a couple of
yeah.
years. I don't think they were formed. I mean, is it the Berlin? I don't know what, I just forgot what they call it. The Berlin Conference or whatever, where they divided and dissected Africa to say
Yeah,
this part belongs to these people. So yeah, there was no kind of vision. Basically, just to put it simply, there was no vision for most of these African countries, and that's why we're trying to just figure things out now. Like, okay, who are we? Like, when you ask, okay, uh what's the Nigerian dream? I mean, we have the American dream. Okay, so
yes,
what's the Nigerian dream? We don't have that. Like, I don't think we figured that out yet. We already one people, one nation, but we're not one people. We are 250 something people. So
yeah,
why are you gaslighting everybody?
yeah,
But I think there can be that the richness of it, of everything, like the diversity could be an advantage. So I don't think we've gotten it yet. But I guess the idea is to kind of like integrate everyone in Nigeria and then have this idea that, oh, we're one people. I think we still have a long way to go. The US is over like 200 years. I can't remember the specific. How old is the US now? Yeah, and Nigeria is 60 what? 65. So it's still a very young
on,
country. So compared to everyone else. Uh in the world outside of Africa. Like still very young and we're just figuring things out.
yeah. Okay, US is 249 years old. That's like
So
two.
in terms of age, we are like babies. We are still babies. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I know there has been some wars and some like the Civil War and some internal strives and the likes. But I just feel that some of the things they did at the very early stages and even as it progressed was very instrumental in setting for the country that everybody wants to be in, that everybody wants to be associated in. And unfortunately, I don't think most or some other countries, African countries, have that in view.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
that's why they call the US like the melting pot or melting point of
I actually wrote an
everything.
essay on
I think
that.
yeah, it's also the intent of like people. No one goes to the US without intent. Even the founding fathers and the people who moved from uh, Britain and moved, like Scotland, and moved and settled over in the Newfoundland. That was the name, Newfoundland. Like, there was intent. It was they were not okay with all the system. That's why like US does not have a monarchy. US does not have a monarchy. They weren't okay with the British system and all of that. And so they said, okay, we are moving away,
Mm.
and we want to be intentional about building this community. I think that's just that source that US
Yeah.
has. It's just that intentionality.
Yeah. 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 And then that intentionality is what now people are saying enjoy, because for each passing time now, it's more like, I mean, for each passing administration, it's more like they build on their already existing intentionality, do things like Abraham Lincoln, when he was the president, some of the things he did, and then, all of those things are what adds or builds up to the great United States right now.
Yeah.
Well, and the intentionality is missing from Africa. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. We are too preoccupied with trinkets,
mm,
materialism, not really understanding what's important. That's why a country with so much insecurity would think the next thing is to build roads. When you have so much insecurity, you think the next thing is to build roads.
to also buy
Who is going to,
cars.
who is going to drive on those roads when they are scared? Like a lot of people in Nigeria now can't do so much tourism because they're scared of going from point A to B. That's why I applaud the president of El Salvador with what he's doing with the gangs and prison system and all of that, locking people up. Because that's the first thing. There's a chart, like one of his tweets: security, economy, education, then infrastructure. Then you can now have growth. It has to
Mm.
follow that line. So if you don't understand that security is your priority, and then next to be economy, like putting in place system. Now they're shouting inflation has dropped, blah 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 in Nigeria, but the interest rates are still like 30 something percent.
New
Like there's a
taxes,
range.
new tax
So
law.
what yeah, so what are you saying? Which inflation? But your interest rate, they've already skyrocketed now. So people cannot even borrow their businesses.
Mm.
You don't understand this. There is no credit system in Nigeria like
There's
that
no even
works.
identification system.
Yeah. You want to start taxing people from next year. Like you've not okay. Do they even know that there's something called tax benefits? Like in the US, that okay, if I overpay tax
You get a
and I
refund.
didn't have deduction, are you going to give my refund? How are you going to do that? You've not set up a system for, well, I think the student loan now probably is working now. So you can do your student loan. I think some people just got, they even already paid, they applied, they didn't answer them on time. They paid. Then they now return the money back, which really doesn't make any sense to me because you are still, now that you return the money, you're now like owing them in a way, I think. So y- yeah. So you've not set up like a credit card system. Your credit system is not working. If you borrow money from one person, they are not sharing that data in a central database.
Yeah.
So I could be like the most fantastic credit person with this application. I could have
And
a fantastic credit score, but if I go somewhere else, they'll tell me that I don't have any records. I'm like, are you people okay? What do you mean I don't have any record? Credit score that I've been building for like 5 years. You're telling me you don't have access to it because your credit bureau
it's
does not
not.
make sure that every person who is registered as a creditor in this country submits customer data. They'll say that I know that is because you are not owing. That if you are owing, we would have reported you. No, no, no. You report that this person has borrowed
Yeah.
so amount and has paid back. So that you get that you see that frustration that you just felt now. Like, and I was on this call with this person and she was arguing with me. I'm like, you are not serious. You're not serious. They're saying, no, no, it's me that I should go and tell them. Like, no, you are the one. You want to advertise to me that you have a credit system. You should do everything you have to do to make sure that you verify this person.
Mm-hmm.
Not me going to meet someone. You don't even need to be asking me for bank statement. What does my bank statement have to do with credit worthiness? Like,
No,
why are you
it's not.
asking someone for their bank statement? Because it has absolutely nothing to do with you making a decision. You say, you so that you know if this person can pay back. How does the past show you that this person can pay back? So
This is funny.
it's dumb things like that is what you see in the country. How will you make
Interesting.
a decision on a past financial statement? It makes no sense. So if the person has the ability to pay, even if the person doesn't have the ability to pay, like, have you ever seen any person in this world that just keeps having zero, no income for the rest of their life? Even if it reduces, the person will still. So that's kind of the
Yeah.
way the system works in sane worlds like the US. It doesn't matter as long as you have a job. Even
Mm-hmm.
if it is 1 naira, they'll be removing it small until you pay back. That's
Yeah.
how it works.
How long?
Yeah. And even here now, things like cars, you have to pay everything.
Platforms.
Cars are like
Yeah.
50 million and above. Like, who is carrying 50 million and above?
Yeah.
Who is
Who
not
even
into
have
fraud?
even have
And is
an
going
average
walking
student
around with 50 million in cash. You will bring cash to your business and
fashion
pay.
and that's it's a avenue for money laundering because then the 50 million
Precisely.
it can be
How do you
gotten from
trace it?
somewhere. How do you know
How do you
that they have?
trace it?
Yeah, yeah. Give
So
me a
that's
sec. Let
that's
me
how
count this off.
yeah. So that's how the financial system in Nigeria. But we have so many fintech apps. So many fintech apps. Yeah. I remember sometime in 2017 when I was working on a product called 700 lenders. I mean, like 2016, I mean, from 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, were like very, very fantastic periods in Nigeria in terms
And
of startup growth. People were having dreams, ambition, and building
yeah,
things until they got hit by reality and everything, and regime change that took the country back like at least 20 years. So we were working on this product called 700 Lenders, and it was a way to kind of start putting together a kind of like a credit system in Nigeria where we have lenders could be registered, most like registered companies, microfinance banks, and we have individual registered lenders. Like if you just have a lot of money and you want to be lending money out and getting people to pay back. And I worked on a bunch of apps for some of these microfinance back through one of my previous employers. And then we got an idea to create like a central mobile app called 700 Lenders. I don't know, it was a weird name. I fought so hard to change it, but like it didn't make any sense. Like you say, oh, so are you now saying that this your app is only going to ever have 700 lenders? Like,
yeah.
so I mean,
That's what the
the
name is
idea,
depicting
yeah,
actually.
the idea is already dead. And I think it died a quick death when I decided to leave the company because bad decisions by management. 700 lenders was this idea to kind of have a system where you could verify people based on their employment, bank statement, even their SMS. I used to joke about how it was because of me that Google blocked restricted reading SMS on Android phones because of the app I was working on back in 2017. Like a few months after I started doing that, like we just got email that Google will stop giving permissions to read SMS. I don't think it even works on iPhone. You can't create an app to read SMS
SMS.
unless you have like maybe a special request to them or something.
But yeah, I mean,
So yeah,
way ahead and developers permission.
yeah. So yeah, we wanted to build that kind of credit system basically. And right now the company has had to pivot to pay is it buy now, pay later system, BNPL system, where you just do maybe buy devices and then you be paying small small, then you pay small small kind of thing. But that was the idea back then. But a lot of these things still goes back to what we discussed about vision, like leaders
Yeah.
having vision for things like that. There's very little a private person can do about it. We kind of see US as this place where there's so many private businesses. Check it, just check underneath all these private businesses in the US. You see so much influence from the government. Same
Yeah.
thing with China. Like China is basically a fox capitalist system that is basically controlled. They call it a market system. It's basically controlled by the government. Everything is funded by the government. So, and that's what I don't think Nigeria gets yet. You think everything is private company. You got all your discos, your distribution, electricity distribution. You privatize everything. Like, okay, you sold it to your friends. To you privatize everything. Okay, like the government plays a very very huge role
Yeah.
in bankrolling private. You can see how Elon Musk enjoys all of this. You see all of them, they get invited to the White House to discuss and stuff like
Yes.
that. So even the internet that we use now, or the military project in the US, ARPANET or whatever they call it,
Yeah.
before they open sourced it and Google then became, I'm sure even if you look deep into Google, probably funded by maybe one of their security agencies. So, I mean, it makes it easier to surveil people when you have all of them connected. So it makes surveillance and spy work easier to do when you have everybody on the internet and you can pretty much hack their webcams and stuff like that.
And turn
So
their microphones into
yeah, so I think African governments to need to understand that and be selfish in terms of funding certain ideas of like private citizens, not really privatizing stuff. You privatize all your oil refineries. None of them worked.
oh
You
wait, they
allocated oil.
privatize the
That was
refinery.
what they did before now. Like they assigned oil blocks to people. All the Nigerian billionaires can be traced to a certain period in Nigeria and a certain leader who is still alive that we will not mention. So he assigned some of these things to them. He gave people in Abuja. Like that was when they were structuring Abuja. That was when Abuja became FCT. Gave all of them
Mm.
different projects and stuff like that. Well, I mean, they do that and then they relax, they sit down.
So and
But
stuff.
the government still needs to maintain very deep control over it, over some of these things. So the US is heavily regulated by the US government. Same with the UK, but they do it as if oh, citizens are freedom. But there's cameras everywhere watching you. Your phones are being tapped. So you have freedom, yeah, sure. Is you have the appearance of
Of
freedom.
freedom.
So I'm more free in Nigeria than your average citizen anywhere in any first world or developed country. I can say whatever I want. Basically, it'll be very difficult for you to even know where I am. So
Unfortunately, that's what some people have, bad actors have capitalized on. And like, and they'll be posting videos on. And I'm like, I thought they can easily do an trace and just,
yeah,
do upping and just triangulate the position.
they'll give you excuses on national TV about how they are using technology,
Technology.
advanced technology. Yeah, sure. Technology, technology, yeah. So, I mean, that's it. There's so many. We can stay here be talking about all these problems for hours. Like it's just that lack of vision is what would make someone steal from their own country and then go buy a mansion in the US.
Yeah.
You don't have any vision.
Yeah. Like it's
I mean, yeah, I mean, even if it's so, that's the thing we always like. There's corruption everywhere. Like even in the US, there's corruption everywhere. But at least if you steal from your country, you can use it to build a bunch of stuff in your country that people won't even complain about. Like just do buses. There are some of the politicians that do that. They build shopping complexes, build. That's what we want you to do. Build
yeah.
roads.
But the thing is
Name
that
it.
even if they build it, they will not finish building it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
They use
or they will
substandard,
stop
whatever.
exactly, and then before you know it, everything is bad before you even start using it. Like, was it the hospital in Akwa Ibom that they did the whole expository on? And I was like, someone said it's a monumental waste. I'm like, what? And it's quite unfortunate. And like you said, it's just lack of vision, lack of vision. Like, there's nothing that stops them from doing this thing. Like, it's not hard. It may look hard, but when you get to and I know the devil is in the details, as people say, but it's not hard. Overall, if you have passion to do it, it's not hard. It's not, it's not, it's not. It is well.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the CueShow Christmas special, and we've kicked it off with Nigeria's problems. But yeah, so like do you have any plans for this holiday? Or do you even have a holiday?
So, well, I officially have an holiday. Have a holiday. But if I like myself, I
You
don't
won't
have
take
an
the
holiday.
holiday. Yeah, it's the same for me as well. Like my PTO starts on Monday till second. But if I like myself, I have things to do.
Yep.
I
Yep.
have a bunch of things to close out this year. So I call 2026 the lock-in year. Like just lock in for 6 months. I just focus on
Mm,
completing a lot of projects.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully 2026 is a good year.
Mm,
I'm
yeah.
seeing good signs. So yeah, hopefully.
Nice. Yeah, same here actually. I'm hoping that it's gonna be a good year. Like you said, actually, that's what you said about locking in. At least for the first 6 months, I'm gonna be locking. Actually, starting from few days ago, I've been logged in, and for the first 6 months of 2026, I'm gonna be logged in. Need to push out a lot of projects, write about them, push out a lot of things, and yeah, and then see how things unfold. But in terms of holiday, it's better that I probably take Thursday and Friday next week off. I take Thursday and Friday next 2 weeks off, and the rest is filled up with taking things off my list and closing a folder and closing. I don't know if you do this, but once I start doing something, I open a new Google Chrome stuff on it, and then you can add a tab. So I have tabs, and then it can be open, and I have now I have like a lot of those things. So and during the holidays, it's time for me to now finish whatever I'm doing with that Google Chrome, close it, go to the next Google Chrome tab, group tab, close it, and do that. Hopefully, I'm able to finish it first or second week of January, and I know that I can move on to other things. But yeah, that's how my holiday is gonna be like. Yeah,
Yeah. You just made me remember when I was doing my master in business administration is having to read like 20 articles and then I'll have to open. I won't
yeah,
close the tab. So when I read one that I close, I read,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
four
yeah.
4 times. I wish you good luck.
Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, right now I don't have tabs. I don't have tabs open. Like I have my ID open now. Like doing a lot of vibe engineering, like just trying to
Hmm.
code.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to add that. Yeah, like going to get into a lot of vibe engineering this holiday also. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a bunch of books. Like I've been putting my small library like for I think 3 years now. And last week I got the final books I've been collecting for 3 years. So I'll start to read them. I have a few. Like it's mostly just computer science books, like
Okay.
cracking the coding interview. A bunch of books around algorithms. There's this new one, crafting interpreters.
Hmm. Okay.
Can you see
Had
how big this book is? I
yeah.
didn't know it was this big. I saw it on Amazon and I put it in my cart, hoping I would see something not as big. It got in, and I was like, what? And so basically, I want to kind of put my own hands at attempting to write a new programming language.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So it's like you can write interpreters because I feel the easiest way for me to learn several concepts in like programming languages like linked list, stacks, arrays would be for me to actually build a programming language myself. I not try to learn Python or whatever. Doing it myself from scratch would actually help me understand some of these concepts better because I realized over the last few years, what I've been doing mostly is just surface level things, CI/CD, DevOps, configuration. And before that, I was just building applications, mobile applications. And I think the last time I worked deep with algorithms was probably in at the university. Maybe one of those courses, those algorithm courses. And I used to remember myself being very, very good with algorithms.
Gardens.
And recently, I just can't write algorithms anymore. I'm like, what the hell happened? Like my entire thinking has probably morphed. So I want to kind of reconnect with that
Yeah.
problem solving skill because makes it makes it easier for me to like write code in the long run. Because
Mm.
I mean most people who are in this field probably just stumbled upon this field just to make money. Like they just want to make money. But I've always just had like deep interest
Peak for
in
computer science.
competence. Like I think in school I probably scored highest in all my courses. Like if you compared my score in computer science, I always scored the highest compared to every other course.
Yeah.
So this is probably something I'm going to be doing even when people are no longer hiring for software engineers. When the AI takes over, I'll just do it for fun.
One of it.
And
Yeah.
the first step will just be like writing my own
Mm.
language. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll see how that goes.
Yeah. And to just add to that, I remember. Yeah, how many years ago now? I just remember back in the high school. That's yeah, you were part of the people that will like that computer lab in I think at the
Yeah.
junction of SS3, no, staff from and
Yeah, the other
GS3 of
class. They
the other
always
class, yeah.
change yeah,
The
just
room.
there's a narrow door leading to the computing, like computer science
Yeah,
lab.
yeah. And then they put some
Yeah.
burglary proof on the door. Yeah. So I remember that time. I mean, you were still one of the people that got it instantly. Like, and the reason why I'm able to remember is that when they started teaching us programming, they just say, oh, this we if you do this and you know those variables, I mean basic variables, right?
They do
This is
let's A and
yeah.
B MS DOS.
So one day, and good thing was that I mean we got a computer in my house at that time. And I was like, I was very curious. I'm like, so if I do this and I do that, it's gonna give me this. And I went to open Word. I mean, I don't think it was called Word document by that time, but I mean similar to Word document.
Yeah.
And I typed everything, and I'm like, okay, run. And that's
It didn't work. Yeah, that happened to me as well. Like when I was in, I tell people, oh, sometimes I tell people, oh, I started learning how to do HTML when I was 12. I remember one time I went for an interview and I told this guy that, oh, I started learning when I was 12. And he said it's a lie.
You don't understand.
I was like, okay, cool, fine. Like, you got me. But
I
yeah,
think
I started learning when I was 12. My brother started learning like how to design websites. And I told him, oh, come and teach me how to do this thing. And he said no. So I got the laptop and I was just looking at the code, trying to understand it and stuff like that. And I was able to actually figure out how to move the code. This was the internet. I didn't have any internet. I was
yeah.
just reading the code and just doing things and trying to figure it out. I created a new file. I just copied over the code. It didn't run. Same as you. It didn't run. Then I didn't know that you had to change the file extension
No to
from
HTML.
.txt to .html. And back then in Windows, you have to pretty much tell it to show file extension. So
Mm,
I just gave
yeah,
up
yeah.
on it. So I what I did was, because I couldn't figure that file extension out, I just copied over the code and created a new uh
Document.
document, the one my brother had, and I
Yeah.
started manipulating that instead. So it wasn't until after like 4 years when I decided to study computer science, then I started learning it properly.
And
So
see,
I got the book. That time at least we could buy data, glow data back then to maybe 3 gig
nights.
for 3,000. It
Yeah, yeah.
was expensive. It was expensive. So and yeah, so I started downloading books and then learning it. Yeah, I mean,
Who learning AI will know. Who trying to vibe engineer will not understand the stress of trying to be a programmer at that point. I mean,
yeah,
I learned Fortran. I learned is it Cobalt or Cobalt,
Cobalt,
right? Cobalt,
Cobalt.
yeah. I learned that. Like those two languages, I mean, Fortran, it was later I was like, okay, wait, what was even Fortran used for? Like, because there was, for me, that time, there was even I mean, talking of a secondary high school now, there was a huge gap between what I'm learning in class and what I'm picturing in my head. Because what I'm picturing in my head is that I want to be this programmer that is doing this, doing that, that is, all those sci-fi movie we are watching, Terminator. I want to be those people, like,
Yeah,
hey,
it was a shocker. We weren't taught programming in school. It
so,
was a big shocker. Yeah.
yeah.
I say things like I didn't learn everything I do, everything I used to work, I didn't learn from a school.
Mm,
Probably what you go and do like if you study computer science is maybe just learn how to think. That's what
yep,
that's how I
yep.
describe a computer science degree is learning how to think.
Think like a
Which is
programmer.
why Yeah, which is why me, like, if I meet a computer science, like, their thinking is always different from everyone's. Like, because you start seeing abstractions and you
Yes.
start seeing layers in everything to the point where you'll be able to, if you see just a random process or a random queue, like, how can I optimize this?
Yeah,
You're in a
exactly.
roundabout, you're in a
Exactly.
roundabout and you
Yeah.
kind of see there can be a gridlock. Like when I'm in a roundabout, I never break traffic rules. Like I always wait for the car coming on my left side because I actually understand what will happen if you block the roundabout. That's a deadlock. You create a deadlock
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In
on
the
the traffic
scheduling
lane. So
stuff.
I try not to break traffic rules because I actually understand my own small mistake. I entered the roundabout can cause complete gridlock.
Yeah.
Just
For
one
every
person
calc,
making
like
yeah.
all the scheduling or
So
everything just blocked and stuff.
it changes the way you think. So your understanding of systems kind of like changes completely.
Yeah. And then apart from that, at least because like you said, it's more like what they're teaching. Okay, so back in university, what they're teaching, it was not more like I was still finding there was still that gap between what they're teaching and what was still in my head. I specialize in cybersecurity. Right? I did computer science, specialized cybersecurity. For I was still finding it hard to come to look for, like, there was still that gap till after a while, and I started realizing that, oh, okay, 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 okay. So after like taking some courses, and I started realizing, okay, so for example, how can you program a robot to to work? It's not as easy as it sounds, even though it's easy. And that's what actually, algorithm generally, that's one of the things I like and I came to appreciate about how it has changed the way I think. Because I mean, I still have to do the thinking because Nigerian system is still is like just gonna cram it, and then computer
Yeah.
science you'll be writing code on paper, But let's not get into that. So whenever I'm teaching my class now, the first one of the first exercises I used to give, two exercises, is number one, tell me a step-by-step process of a robot that knows nothing on how to walk from here to computer science building or to somewhere. And secondly, tell me a step-by-step process on how to tie my shoe. And as simple as those things sound, student doesn't, it's only a few of them. I'm like, okay, tell me how to tie. But like, and you just hold the rope and do like this. I'm like, okay, how do you do like
Yeah.
how do you hold the rope? I can as well hold the rope like this. So how will I do like this? Like, things like that. Then and then for the walking, one step after the other is not even easy. Okay, you have to bring yourself up to a certain degree, you have to turn right, So it's kind of, especially for the algorithm now, it kind of teach you like a sequential way of viewing any problem. Any problem. Like, there's a problem, instead of you to be panicking. I mean, and this I'm just trying to look at it in real life. Instead of just panicking and saying, "Oh, this problem is huge." No, it's not huge. Just first of all, what is even the first step?
Yeah.
And after the first step, how can I solve it? And then I mean the normal algorithm process, big problem, break it down into chunks.
Yeah.
Those chunks, assemble
Divide
it together, divide.
divide and conquer. Like all those techniques, like you learn them in school. Like these
Yeah,
are things
yeah.
that you already know that people you'll be able to model it, but someone outside of it, it will seem like, oh, this is a big problem. Like, no, you just need to when you say things like, oh, low hanging fruit, like just you pick up the problem that is the easiest to solve
Mm,
first. Just
yeah.
kick it off. And then you move to the big problems. Like that, this little thing that we're discussing can be a very, very big problem with people when they want to solve a problem. I see some problems and like some people think, oh, it's very huge. I'm like, no, no, it's a simple. Why you making this
And
look
there's no
like
change.
it's very big? Just solve the small problem first. Then the bigger problem is one less problem. So
Yes.
then solve the next one, then you do it step by
Step
step
by
by
step, sequentially. Before you know it, you're already done building, and you'll be like, okay, okay, that's nice. Now I can move on to the next problem. And then apart from even so for me, I usually have like a two two way of approaching a problem, depending on how big the problem is. Now, I mean, after breaking it down into chunks, I'll first ask myself, am I motivated enough to even do this?
Yeah.
If I am,
Motivation, yeah.
yeah, if I am, I'm going to tackle the big. I mean, whether I'm motivated or not, I still have to do it, right? So if I am motivated and I'm like all psyched up and I want to get it, I'm going to start with the seemingly hardest problem to solve, and I'm going to get it done. But if I'm not, but tasks have to get done either ways, I'm going to start with the easiest, the low hanging fruit, like you said. I'm going to start with easiest, complete it. With that, I build a little bit of momentum and, encourages me. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. Well, it's not that bad. Pick on the
Quick
next
wins.
problem. Yeah, quick wins, exactly. Pick on the next problem, solve it. Before you know it, I'm almost done with your project. And you're like, oh, okay, wait. So why was I not motivated in the first place? So it just kind of as a way of helping with, even, I mean, we're talking of programming. I even believe even in real life. I mean, I know real life is a different ball game, but
Yeah, I just remember the meme from Mark, like it's a meme about Mark Zuckerberg, and they were like, "Oh, how did he create Facebook as was it a teenager or whatever back then? How did he create the Facebook? And they're looking at it at very complex. Like what he did there was basic. What he
Mm-hmm.
did there was unimpressive. So when people say, "Oh," like people can't even fathom, like, "Oh, how are you able to create something as complex as Facebook?" But when you think about it, what he created back then was basic, and which is what we are kind of missing now because most people now you have to release something fantastic. Like, no, no,
Yeah,
you build it step by step by step by
by
step.
step.
It's
Mm-hmm.
iteration. So
Yeah,
your first release might be basically crap. Then I mean, you hire people to work on it, and that's why we now have Facebook.
yeah, yeah. And now I remember what my advisor usually say, I mean, I can't quote him verbatim now, but I'll be like, the fundamentals, they are very crucial. Whatsoever you are doing, just understand the fundamentals, the basics. And that's actually true. Like what you just said is basics, then later on you can be adding, just have the structure, the basics, once you understand the fundamentals and you do that fundamentals, every other thing will just be adding on the flesh, the muscles, you know. But yeah, that fundamental is just key. It's like the foundation of what you want to build. So yeah, I mean, maybe next person thinking about the next big social media. Fundamental
Yeah.
is key.
Yeah. There's this ongoing battle with like experienced software engineers who cannot really understand the difference between complexity and what's the other C word? Complexity and complicated. Yeah, city is not particularly bad. Like we have like the way you kind of explain the system. Even you see that even the human body, you have different systems that
Yeah.
very. If you see the nervous system, it's a very very simple structure. You can
Yeah,
just like
very.
this.
Yeah.
But then when you put all of this together, it's
Comes
you have a
complex.
complex system. It's now making this complicated. Like they'll think they're trying to build a robust system. But what they're not adding complexity, they're adding
Making it
confusion.
complete. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not adding complexity and I mean what's the word again? I keep missing that word.
Complicated.
Complication. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's too
complications.
complicated instead of you to make it simple and then put the building blocks and then you have a complex system because they all fit into each other to have
Mm,
that level of complexity. So that's what they struggle with. Like I've worked with companies who didn't understand it and they were burned real bad, like losing a shit ton of money because they just didn't understand this fundamental.
mhm.
You have a system, very, very simple system, and then you come, you say, "Oh, this system is not good. We're gonna build something from scratch. You're gonna complicate it, build things you don't need." No, no, there's already a simple
Working systems.
system,
Mm-hmm.
simple working system on ground, which is why people don't understand it when they say it's too complicated to upgrade the US banking system, the ACH thing. There's no need to upgrade it. It works. Just leave it. There's a reason why it's slow like that. There's no
Yeah.
need to make it instant. So, like, you saw this system. You're not supposed to trade away. You're supposed to identify. Okay, this system uses JOT token. Okay, JOT is not secure enough.
Mm.
You're supposed to add that new security under the hood. You don't throw it away and say, "Oh, Jot." No, no, you just put it on top of it,
Yep.
not throw it away. Now you threw everything away. You built a very complicated system that nobody understands. You broke it down into 80, 200 pieces. Now no one wants to touch that
Yep.
thing anymore.
Yep. And then, and then you lose you lose
You
customer,
lose
lose this,
money,
lose
yeah,
that.
because you just can't know the difference between complexity and complication.
And I'm actually even trying to look at what you're saying now in terms of Lego pieces of how something basics, you just keep building blocks, very basics. I mean, very basic. Just keep building and then before you know, you're able to build a whole bunch of stuff with just one small tiny piece. And then, just add in those layers and you have a very beautiful structure with a Lego piece. And unfortunately, people just want to arrive at the answer without having to build.
Yeah, yeah.
The losses that come with
Building
that
is
little
difficult.
bit.
Yeah, building is difficult. They learn it too late, and then they will not go back to that simple way of doing things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you learn the hard way.
So, do you do New Year resolutions? And if you do you have?
I don't. Maybe I used to, but it doesn't work. So I think I stopped. I
Actually,
think I stopped, and yeah, I don't think I have any New Year resolutions. Yeah, I think I've optimized my life to a point where I think I'm 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 okay. I'm okay. I don't have any New Year. I now have goals. I have
yeah,
goals and things I want to like get done. But I don't think there's anything about myself that I want to change.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, eh, same here. Same here. Actually, I think the first time I bought into the New Year resolution type of thing, I would say is peer pressure in front of influence of friends. Oh, New Year resolution. Oh, this year I'm gonna do this. And oh, wait, am I the
I'm
only
going
one that
to
like
I'm
the
going to eat less.
have
I'm
you
going
eat
to go
less?
to the gym more.
You know that meme of is the new year now we'll be looking for instruments in the gym to work on
Yeah,
because a lot
yeah,
of
I
new
saw
year
it. Someone posted that, oh, it's New Year. Now there are going to be a lot of people because they are doing New Year resolution.
resolution
No.
that doesn't last
Yeah.
1 month or 2 months. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, for me, I don't believe in New Year resolution. I believe that whatsoever you want to resolve it now. I mean, why
Yeah,
wait for the new year?
exactly. Basically,
Yeah.
every day you have to live in the moment and
Hmm.
you have to be intentional. We
Yes.
spoke about intentional in the like first opening scenes. Like you have to be intentional about every day that you
Yep.
live. Like once you live your life like that, I don't think there's anything that you probably
Yep.
want to
Yep.
resolve or resolute around. Like
Exactly.
you're already making those resolutions every day you wake up. Today I'm going to do this better.
Do this and do that. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, we're talking about gym. There's been some times I'll be like, okay. And actually, what usually prompts me to go to the gym is when I notice that I'm walking. I mean, so I normally walk around just to, as people that sit at a computer a lot, we tend
Yeah.
to sit a lot. And I mean, later on, I have to go buy a standing desk so I can walk while standing and the likes. But I mean, even standing does not, because sometimes I just feel that I need to exercise my knees. Like, I just feel that I just feel the need to walk. So I usually walk. That's summary. So sometimes when I walk, then I'll notice that, oh, wait a minute, I'm out of breath in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
And then immediately I'm like, I'm hitting the gym. I mean, me hitting the gym is not to hit the gym and stay there and, be a gym body. It's just to make sure I get back my fitness. I mean, people, if someone look at me, they'll be like, okay, you're not fat, you're not this, I mean, you're not, let me use a political right word.
You're not chubby.
I'm
You're
not
not
chubby.
overweight.
I'm not overweight. So, but I'm like, I mean, it's not just that, it's also about keeping fit, being able to jog. And immediately I noticed that I return back to exercising, do it for a couple of weeks, for a couple of months, sometimes a couple of months. And once I say I'm there, yeah, and I go back. So actually, this year alone, I know I've done that back and forth, maybe like 3 times. Go to the
Yeah.
gym. After a while, I'm like, okay, I'm good. Go back. The time I spend in the gym. I mean, I still take my walk, right? So it's still for me, it's still more like exercising, but I don't like say, oh, New Year, I'm going to stick with gymming and gym all the way.
No. I also did that like 3 times this year, like for 3 months, like back and forth to the gym. Because
Yeah.
I have my dad bod
Okay.
from working like really long hours for like the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it has affected my stature. Although I'm not, most people see me as, oh, you look good. I'm like, yeah, probably because of my height. So it kind of counterbalances
Mm,
the weight. But yeah, I was gym, but I do have a treadmill. I have a treadmill. I have some
yep.
weights, which I do like just randomly from time to time.
Yeah.
But I'm not really a gym person. I was at the gym. I didn't really enjoy it because now
Yeah. I
you
mean, I
have
think the
I think if I had a private gym session, I just haven't found that quality of gym that I want. Maybe that's why I wasn't feeling that. Yeah. I just want to go to the gym and just do my thing. Like I don't want to be part of your session, dancing session and jumping up and down.
no, definitely not.
Yeah, but yeah. Maybe if I try again, I'll just tell the people that I know that I'm not interested in doing that. I just want to work on the machines. So maybe then I'll be able to go back
Okay,
because I just want to do stuff at my own pace.
so wait, they more like, so if you go to the gym, you have to like join a section or
Yeah, it's the gym instructor.
I see.
So like
Okay.
yeah, the kind of unless if I go around the time that it's not like
Yeah, no,
the exercises where you have to do like a group thing. I'm not a group person, so I think that's why I don't enjoy it.
I see.
So
That's
if it's
interesting.
yeah, I think it's just that gym.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
maybe I'll look for somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Yes. Yeah, okay. Because I was surprised. I'm like, I mean,
Yeah, but around like we'll do it from like 8:30 to maybe around 9:30.
mm,
Well, maybe it's because I paid for it though. Maybe if I want to do like that, I say no, I'm not interested.
yeah, yeah, okay, I
Well,
see.
the thing was, I think, yeah, I think I wanted that at the first like time when I went there because I used to go to the gym. I think back in 2018, so I wasn't really familiar with oh what do I need to do
Machines
with
and
machine
yeah,
work, I guess. But now that I know what I want to do, what works for me, yeah,
yeah. Just go straight
I
to the
can say
machine.
I don't want any instructors.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I mean, as long as there's a because I mean for people that always sitting down, as long as there's that.
I don't even like to sit down. Like even you can see I'm always moving in my chair because it's very
Yeah,
uncomfortable sitting down. So I got
sit
my
down
big
for a long time.
monitors. I rarely sit down. I'm either standing on the other head or just laying down. So I have a couch. I have a couch potato.
I tried to buy this or rather I got this I bought this treadmill that you can put under the table and walk on
Yeah,
while
I have
walking.
one. Yeah, I have one beside me.
That thing does not work. The only time I
Yeah, the maximum speed is not. You can pretty much walk with the
yeah
maximum speed. So yeah.
able to type well because I'm like the only time I use that is if for example I want to grade or some mania task that does not involve me sitting down and thinking and there are sometimes you want to type a code, you have to think about the code. I mean, if I can't so I'm like, who brought about the concept of walking while walking? I mean, I don't know, but I mean, people have crazy ideas, and I mean, the is a huge selling point actually because that was
Yeah.
what prompted me even in the first place. So yeah, as long as it appeals to the
It's not even comfortable for you to walk in and then because your head is moving like this and you're trying to read something, so it doesn't work.
like, um, I because because I mean at some point when when it's like very high demanding, I know that okay, I'll have to take maybe shorter walks, or even I don't take any walks, or I won't even have time to stand up and be stretching. So I try to do that like I think I've tried to do that like 3 or 4 times now, and it's just not good. I need to say something else, but I'm like, it's not just good. Yeah, it's interesting what people sell to the market and people. Yeah, I mean, and then you see, they be like, oh, I can walk. Why something? What to is it what to get versus what you
What you
buy? What you buy
buy.
versus what you get. I was, well, yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah. So yeah, goals. Like there I think two products. that are important for me and for the company to like push out in the next 3 months. So that's probably, if I can do that, my year would have been made.
Sure. Yeah.
So those are like my two goals
Top
for the
goals.
year in terms of like professional goals.
2026 or 2025?
2026.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So
With that, like if I can do that, like I'll be a very, very happy person.
yep, yep, yep. Yeah. Actually, my goal in about regarding that is to get as many people signed up into the Talent Academy, Africans sign up into the Talent Academy because they need it. They must sign up. They need to know what is happening with AI out there. They need to know how to learn some of these things, even use some of these tools and like say if we can if
We need to increase the number of patents coming out of Africa. Like I don't even know why haven't we also like, I think it's something we should also be thinking about as a company is fighting for patents. Like
yeah. I mean
thinking about how to like come up with stuff like that. Yeah.
in Nigeria generally I don't know of their patent rule, but I think it kind of still relates to the fact that we don't have a standardized or people that would overlook some that would look over something like that that would take control of that or an internationally recognized agency.
You can file it with the US. What do they call themselves? The US
Yeah,
Patent
US patent.
Agency.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, so I've communicated with a patent lawyer and the likes, and I discovered that like the man was I've forgotten some of the specific example he was using, but the man was saying something as small and as little can be patent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to, like, I see companies I work with, they file patent. I saw a list of patents we just filed. I'm like,
Yeah,
what? You can patent whatever you want.
like
So we just
no
need
matter.
to create more advocacy, like
Hmm.
more publicity around. So you need to file more patents for things
Yeah, yeah,
so we
yeah.
can be attributed with some of these things. I mean, it's
Yes,
good.
yes. I'm very, very much in agreement with that. We will start with QSoft, QSoft R&D, and then from there
Yeah.
and we file a lot of patents, both nationally and internationally. And the thing is, that once you're done with it, I mean, not only does it give you because not only does it give you prestige, it also tells the investors that you're serious. And
Yes.
for example, if you watch Shark Tank a lot, one of the questions they always ask is it patented?
Yeah, because it's a form of IP, intellectual property. Sometimes I see when clients bring agreements and then they talk about IP, like which IP are you filing? All these things they are worth nothing. You are signing agreements.
Some of
Any
the
invention, which invention are you
something
don't know
that if
that
you
if you don't
Google is online.
exactly if you don't file a patent, is not anyone can write this code that you're being to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bringing NDA for like what are you bringing NDA
Yeah.
for?
And I think that's one of the things also that people really need to be enlightened on this and like whatever you're doing, find a good lawyer that can file as many patents as you can do as possible. Because in the Nigerian system we know that if one person does something and is successful, you just
Yeah,
look front, look back. A million
precisely.
other people is
Someone
already
else is
doing it.
doing it. Yeah,
And
that's
how
it.
can you fight those people off?
Someone went to trademark Dirty December. Like, what? They rejected it though. Yeah, funny people. You want to trademark Dirty December? That's
Well,
fine.
that use 30 December, we paid you.
Those guys. They are so greedy, opportunistic. Like it's crazy. Yeah. You can't once you release anything like this in Nigeria, that's what everyone will be doing.
They will
If they
just
can
have,
see that, oh, this thing is successful. That's why we have so many fintech apps
yeah.
because they know that that's the easiest way to get funding. Even if your fintech app, there's no
No,
differentiator. It's basically the same thing.
I
Then
think.
the differentiating factor will not be exchange rate. But it's cool, it's good. Like at least we're getting funding, like the inflow of money is improving our economy. So I think that's the positive side of it. But in terms of innovation, I don't think we are there yet.
Well, I don't think we're there yet in terms of innovation, like competing with some other um countries. But I think that some of the things we have, like I said, government can come in and help. Is really going to go a long way to boost the economy. Because there are sometimes that even some people will even be afraid of trying to do something because they know that if they do it before you know it, someone else is doing it, and probably the person has something bigger or something, and then before you know it, the person will not even just because of the discouragement that apart from the fact that people, I mean, apart from all these I have to overcome, I still have to face the fact that people can still come in, copy, try to get the product as theirs, and I mean, me, I'm just left hanging. But that itself is discouraging enough for people to even try to innovate. So I think there's really a huge role for government to play in innovation, and you'll be
Yeah.
surprised of how many people, how many things can even get patented, even in the Nigerian space, even in the African space. Like if, for example, even okay, I know we've been saying Africans, so let me say this. Even if Africans will come together and say, okay, patent for Africans, like maybe you call it African Patenting Commission or Association or whatever. And you can seek for patents such that you are even protected in neighboring countries. And you can always start up in that country, I mean, you probably have some agreements, make that whatever you're doing local to that country and build it up from there. I think it's really going to help the economy of Nigeria, Africans generally. Generally, yeah, because even the fear of being copied, copycats is enough to deter some people. Yeah,
And the the deepest pockets wins.
yeah, yeah. Best pocket, and if you know someone, unfortunately, if you don't know anybody, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's something else.
We sing a Merry Christmas song. So I will post it on on what day is that? Thursday.
Yeah, we can hide it as background. We can, I mean, it doesn't even feel like Christmas. Like
Okay,
everywhere is just dry here. I don't know
okay,
how it is in the US,
okay.
but right here, like I drove out. Was it on Thursday? It was 2 days ago, and yeah, there was nothing outside.
No
I
Christmas
got a
lights.
Christmas. No, I even got a Christmas tree, so so it could feel like Christmas.
Okay, okay,
A lot of
okay.
I see it online too as how like this is all feeling like Christmas.
Actually, so for here there are a lot of Christmas lights. Like I mean, drive through. But something about my Christmas that always make me enter the spirit of Christmas is when I attend a Christmas carol. And for some reason this year, I've not attended one.
I did,
Anyone I want to attend, I'll hear like 2 days after. I should be clashing with
yeah,
a meeting that I'm going to have, and I'm not able to go. And I'm like, phew. So far, because I've not done that, I've not really entered the spirit of Christmas. And then another Christmas tradition I usually do is I watch a Christmas movie.
Christmas movie.
Yeah. So, but that I've not watched also, but I'm
Are
very
you
excited.
are you gonna watch Die Hard? There's this meme around Die Hard, like Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Okay, okay,
But
I've watched
they'll say,
that.
oh, it was made during that Christmas
Snow,
period, but
Christmas.
they insist that it's not a Christmas.
On my own Christmas movie, I have to have Santa Claus and elves and
Yeah, You mentioned the Christmas Carol. I guess that's it. I think that's the secret of why it doesn't feel like it has not felt like Christmas for me for more than 5 years because I don't think I've been to any Christmas Carol. We used to travel home like to do it, but I've not been. So it doesn't feel like Christmas. But another tradition like that I do in my own house is maybe watch Harry Potter. They always have this Christmas break where the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
the whole thing goes down. So
Hmm.
maybe
Yeah,
we'll watch maybe we'll watch Harry Potter again.
yeah. I mean, I'm definitely watching Harry Potter again. I mean, starting from ending of next year though. Ending of next year and 2027. I'll watch Harry Potter again. I'll watch Terminator from beginning, those ones. I'll watch this movie by Chris Rock, this series, more like sitcom.
Everybody hates Chris.
Yep, everybody is Chris. I'm gonna watch that again. I like
I
the
haven't
vibe.
seen it. I haven't seen it.
Okay, okay, you should. You're gonna enjoy it. Actually, I didn't watch it for a long time to when I experienced the US culture and I was trying to understand more of how and why people behave like that. Then that was actually the period I started watching it. And I'm like, okay. Okay, then I understood the African American community more, and I'm like, okay. I mean, not that I understood everything from that movie, but like I was able to pick some things they do, It was like, back in those days in during Thanksgiving, the tradition is. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and your Sunday dinner,
yeah, Sunday dinner,
family dinner, soul food.
yeah, exact soul food, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really fun. So those are I mean, a lot of series I'm gonna watch again, and yeah, I'm gonna start. I mean, hopefully, Marvel would be more interesting before the end of next year because now I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not excited about any Marvel movie, even the Doomsday thing. I think the trailer is on the Avatar. Maybe I'll go see Avatar
So
tomorrow.
trailer is out.
Yeah, they're putting it in like I don't even know if they'll be showing it in Nigerian cinemas. Like the
Mm.
trailer, like they're stitching it with the movie. So I think when you go to watch the Avatar trailer, you're going to see.
Oh,
I mean, the
okay.
Avatar movie,
They
you're going to
have,
see
oh,
the Doomsday trailer. I'm not excited for it. Like
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's sentimentalism of like Robert Downey Jr. coming back, but I feel it kind of just waters down the whole Doctor Doom's character.
Mm.
It's his own thing. Now they're probably going to make him a Tony Stark variant,
Yeah,
or they'll
from
say
the
that
multiverse.
Tony Stark is a variant of Doctor Doom. Like maybe Doctor Doom is the actual character, and then there's no Tony Stark. Either way, anyway you look at it, it kind of waters down either Doom or Tony Stark. So like, why just get someone else to play the character?
Yeah,
But I
really.
guess
And
I guess they're trying to save because of what happened with Jonathan Majors. Like they
yeah.
don't want to bring someone that they don't know, which
And Jonathan,
you kind of notice a lot in the workspace, like particularly in cinema now. Like people just prefer to work with people they know. Even
yeah,
James Gunn, he just prefers to work with people he has worked with before, brings them from one universe to the other. So I guess
exactly.
that's what Marvel is doing with Doctor Doom. Like, okay, people like uh Robert Downey Jr. Let's just make him the next thing, so we don't shoot ourselves in the leg. So I guess that's what they're doing with that character.
Mhm.
I'm not feeling it. Like, so are you saying that we can't find new talent? It
Uh,
rubs weird like on me. Like it's yeah.
Actually, I feel you on that because I just feel that. I mean, okay, so to even start with the fact that the character of character of Jonathan Majors, I've forgotten his.
Kang.
Yeah, Kang Dynasty. That was supposed to. Oh my God. I would
Yeah, we
so
are
much
looking forward
want
to it.
that. But I'm like, go why? So the mere fact that they just did that because I was like, because it's more like they shifted from I mean they started shifting from human physical to quantum era, that's where I mean Avengers probably gonna be or something. And then all of a sudden, so the mere fact that even happened was kind of like okay. And then Jonathan, so one of the things I like about Marvel is the fact that I mean we know it's superhero movie, we know it's not realistic in real life, but at least they try to give a similitude of reality if it was
Yeah,
possible.
the characters are down to earth. They're not
Yes, yes,
as
not
idealistic as DC.
Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
Oh
Ooh,
my
hope.
goodness, goodness.
Yeah,
That Superman is just too much. I'm like, so you just make the perfect man with the perfect thing,
yeah,
with the
it's
perfect
perfect.
mentality, with the good boy, like
Boy Scouts.
character is just something else. Well, yeah. So I mean, that's one of the reasons I like about I like Marvels. But now it's more like I mean, I look forward to what they will do in this movie, but I'm not as enthusiastic as the others. I mean, like for the others, I don't usually watch movie in the cinema. I just wait for it to come out on Disney Plus. But at some point, they got me hooked to the point that I would even once I hear like Black Panther cinema, and when the Black Panther 2 was coming out, cinema, most some other movies like the last Avengers they did cinema. So I was looking forward to that, but this one I'm sorry, yeah, just release it. Let's see what you're gonna do. It's just, okay, I'm just like low key. Well, I've been following your world, so I mean, let me see what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
we are still watching it because
Mm-hmm.
we just want to know how the story ends.
Yeah, yeah, kinda, yeah.
We've all been hooked. So unless something changes, maybe they'll have to reset the universe and then start with brand new or take a break. Not even start it immediately. Just take a break for like 5 years and then start a new story.
The last Avengers they did was like from 2008. Every
So it's
year, every year.
almost 20 years.
Oh, this one,
They need to take a break, reset the universe, and then do something different.
yeah, and I just feel they're not even developing their characters as much as they did before. Because before they can dedicate a whole movie just to develop the character, let us
Yeah.
understand. But now just here, but I know what's the Iron Lady or Iron is it Iron Girl like the one
Iron Heart.
Iron Art. I have not watched it, but a Marvel fan that watched it said I should not even try it.
Yeah,
They're bad.
it's okay. It's okay. Well,
Okay.
I always support the black characters, Dominic Ton. Like I follow her on Instagram
Okay.
because there's the political aspect to it as well. Like most people don't turn up for some of the black characters,
Mm,
so I try to watch it so so I can be added to the statistics of people who actually saw the movie on this.
yeah. I mean, I was really not gonna get there. I've not just gotten to the point of me watching series because so with me, series with me is like especially if it's not like sitcom that everything happened in that episode and ends in that episode. I don't like the suspense. I
That's what
don't
I like.
watch.
I actually prefer movies like I like when I look for new series to watch, I look for series that run for a very long time because I just like this. I like story and character development.
Yeah, okay, okay. I don't like anything that is going to make me. I'm trying to walk and I'm trying to think. Wait, so what happened to
What
the?
if what if you now watch an episode and then have to wait 3 weeks before the next. Feels like Stranger Things. Like I've seen the part A of Stranger Things. Now
Yeah,
I have to wait for a few days to see the next batch. Then wait for another few days to see the final episode. Most people would be able to do that. They'll say, "No, I'll wait for the whole thing to." But I don't want it. I don't want anyone to spoil it for me. So I saw the episode, so
because
no one
yeah,
spoils it. Like Because I started going online and see comments around like, no, don't spoil this for me. I'll watch it.
I think a similar experience I have with what you're having is Game of Thrones. It's I think the
Yeah.
season 7. I mean, season 8 was still like, I mean, first 2 episodes. We all know what happened. Let's not talk about that. But season 7, I know that at that time I was doing internship in Nidda, right? 2017. No, I've forgotten the one they were showing in 2017. Probably not the last episode, and no, probably not season 7. But that time, because I know once I'm going, it's going to be spoiled. So right before I get to the office, I'm watching the
Yeah.
episode.
There was this silly teammate I had in 2018 when Infinity War came out. Was it 2018 or 2019? God. And the guy came to work and started talking about the
My
movie.
goodness.
He knew we had not seen it and he started saying it. They all died. Why?
You do that.
Why? Why? I was just looking at him like, are you for real? Why would you do that? So like Infinity War was completely spoiled for me.
Yeah.
Like,
You could even get
yeah.
there.
Before I
And
could even watch it and feel that, I couldn't feel that because I already knew what happened. He already opened his mouth.
yep, to avoid spoilers, go watch it before everybody else.
I'm sure people will start spoiling Avatar too. So
Yeah.
maybe I
Uh,
have to watch it tomorrow.
yes. Yeah. I know Avatar. I think I'm gonna. It comes out on Disney Plus, right? Did that?
Eventually,
Yeah. Yeah. I plan to wait for that because I mean, for some reason, I want to. I mean, for some reason, when it first came out, I that was like 2009, right? I really didn't buy into it.
no,
Then,
I'm kind of still like, wait, like what were people so hyped up about this movie? Like,
hey, so I'm not
was
the
it
only
the
one.
3D? Was it the 3D or what? Like, I saw the
The
second
river.
one 2 days ago. Like, okay, okay.
Okay, thank you. I'm not alone in this. I'm not alone in this because it's hard for me to mention to people that. Well, I mean, people that watch movie and like, it's hard for me to mention that. Well, it's okay, it's alright. It's hard because
Yeah, you have to be excited with people because it's kind of like a cult thing now. Like you just have to watch it or something and be excited about it. Like, oh yeah. But it's just a mere movie. Like
Mhm.
even the
Yeah.
character. I was listening to Zoe Zaldana today about the our character. Is it Nate? And she doesn't like the character. She was saying it that like the character is racist and it's painful for her to play the character because she's always eager to just leave that character and just go home because she
Hmm.
doesn't even like the
Like the
character. That
character. Okay. Yes. Like you said, that's how cut starts.
yeah, we're in the cause of James Cameron. So
And movie that it comes out from there, just oh yeah, let's go watch it. Nah. So for that, I'm gonna just wait for it to come out. I don't think anybody can really spoil it for me because I'm not. I'm just going to watch it because of the common consensus behind it, not because I'm eagerly looking forward to
for
watching it.
for the
Yeah, yeah,
culture.
exactly.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our social media, anywhere, follow us, like, share, and comment. We see a lot of comments. We appreciate the comments. We want more. We want to build like an interactive environment and share your ideas. And thank you.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and follow us. We're looking forward to a very more interactive section, and personally, we want maybe some of our dedicated listener to come on air one day and tell us of how um I mean, the Q show has actually helped them, maybe, for example, for our last episode, help them to build their social media brand, their personal brand in 2026, or how some of the things we've discussed have actually helped them in the course of 2025 and even towards as even in 2026, how they've already used some of the things we've discussed to better have a good outlook of 2026 is something that would personally I'm going to like our listeners to do. So thank you for listening to us once again, and happy holidays.